Hey, it's Luke from We Are More Ministries, which is based off of our youth group name, 837 Student Ministries, which is this idea of Romans 8:37. We are more than conquerors through Christ. But today I want to kind of go beyond that and to show that we are more than just conquerors. We are more than just human. We are children of God because of God's love for us. In today's focus, I want to focus on how God is our provider. We hear the word God will provide in many different situations in our life, but the term actually comes from Genesis 22, which is the story of Abraham and Isaac, where Abraham is called to sacrifice his son Isaac. And I can't even imagine being in that situation. Abraham, who at his age had only had one son and had been many decades beyond, he's in the 100-year-old range, and he has this son that is supposed to be the foundation for this nation that God had promised, be more numerous than the stars in the sky and the sands on the seashore. And now he's asking him to sacrifice his son. And he plans to do that. He prepares everything for it. And we see this idea of God providing throughout the story, because as Isaac is walking up with his father, he says, "Oh, we have the sticks, we have the knife and the everything for the sacrifice, but we don't have the animal." And Abraham says, "God will provide." And Abraham had an idea that even if he had to sacrifice his son, he knew God will provide. He had the ability to either resurrect Isaac or to bring him back somehow, or whatever it might be. He knew God would provide, and he did, because at the end of that story, when Abraham is preparing Isaac for a sacrifice, God stops him and says, "I will provide a ram." We see that as kind of an imagery to him providing Christ, his only son, as a sacrifice, that God is providing for us, a way for us to have a relationship with him, a way for us to have an eternal relationship with him. And so even though we might have difficult times in our life, even though we might think that we don't know what's going to happen the next day or the next week, God will provide. It may not at all look the way you think. Your idea of God providing might be, "Oh, he's gonna send me money." In reality, he sends someone to give an encouraging word to help you move forward in your job search. He might think, "Oh, God's going to provide a new car," but instead he provides a servant that wants to help you get where you need to go. Instead of having a new car, you just have a new form of transportation and maybe a new friend. The way God provides is far beyond what we could ever think of how God can provide. But we know that he provides. And in this sketch I did, it's going to be fun, it's going to be funny, but I hope that you can get this idea that God is providing for his people. When the Israelites are out there looking and they need food, God provided for them. Yes, there's some silliness in the idea of manna being called "what is this?" But I really hope that you can get this idea that God is providing for them and is providing for us now. Even when we might not know where our next meal is going to be, or where our job's going to be in the next week or month, or what we're going to be doing in school, or how we're going to graduate, or what we're going to do for college, that we can have faith that God will provide in the way that will work best for us, for his glory. Not for our glory, but for his glory. And it might be unique, it might be different. We always need to look for those opportunities to not only seek God's providence on us, but to help others and provide for others through our love and our support of them. So I hope you enjoy this video, this sketch, and learn a little bit of something about the Hebrew word manna.
Jesus loves me, this I know. Here's the Bible that tells me so.
Hey, how'd you get in here? I left the door unlocked. Oh, well, you should still knock. Anyways, yo, you're here for the word of the week, right? All right, cool. You just go sit down, get comfortable. I'm gonna go get my lesson stuff. I'll be back in a second, and we'll do the word of the week, and we'll learn a little bit of something. How's that sound? So today we're gonna learn about a new Bible word. I hate vocab. Is there gonna be a test? No. This is gonna be like a fun word, like a fun vocab where we're just gonna learn about it. There's not gonna be any tests, just something to help us learn more about what the Bible is all about and the story of God's people. All right, as long as there's not gonna be a test. Well, our word today is manna. Manna? Like, man, I wish I was somewhere else right now. You get me? Ha. I mean manna. Like the grain-like substance that God gave his people when they were in the desert and in the wilderness wandering around. Grain stuff? Like he just like poured corn all over the ground or something? It was more like, it was like substance that they found on the ground in the morning. So like you have dew, little drops of water that appear on the ground in the morning from the moisture. Replace that with this grain kernel kind of stuff that could be turned into bread and things like that. That's what we're talking about here. I still don't get it. Could you do like a dream sequence, like to help me understand it a little bit more? Well, let's see. Hey, Gabe. Hey, come here. I got this stuff I found on the ground. It's so good. What do you call this stuff? Huh. Looks like some kind of grain or something that we can just eat. That's pretty cool. Well, yeah, I mean, duh, of course it's a seed or kernel, but what would you call something like this? What is it? Why is it even here?
You were all complaining that you were hungry, and so God sent forth this, what is it? This what is it? To give you food in the wilderness.
Thanks, Moses. Is he always so intense? Harold, be respectful. Sorry. Anyhow, it's this grain thing. I've never seen anything like this before, so what should we call it? Well, what is it? I told you it's a grain. I just said that. But I'm saying, what should we name it? I mean, you have wheat, barley, rye. Everything has a name to it. So what should we call this stuff? What is it? You're not telling me what it is. What is this stuff on the ground? Hey, Sarah, what is this stuff?
What is it?
Oh, yeah, I was just telling Gabe that it was the stuff that we found on the ground that you can eat. I don't know what we should call it. So what is it?
Yeah, what is it?
I just told you. Why is nobody listening to me?
What is it? It's the name.
We are. It's called What Is It? Wait. So you're telling me that the name of this new food that comes from God, that shows up in the morning every single day, this brand new food, we are calling What Is It?
Yes.
Why would we do that? Probably because we don't know what it is. Oh man, that's wild. Where did you come from? The door was unlocked and I heard noises, so I just decided to walk in. Man, don't you guys know how to knock? I need to remember to get this door lock fixed. Anyhow, it was kind of a crazy situation. God provided food for the Israelites because the Israelites needed food while they were in the wilderness. And it was really kind of cool how God provided this food and made the Israelites rely on him, because this grain that they collected and turned into bread and different types of things only lasted one day, which means that they had to rely on God every day for food, except for Friday to Saturday, because Saturday was the Sabbath and he wanted the Israelites to rest. So it was pretty much allowed for that grain to last Friday and Saturday. So it's 2 days instead of 1 day, which we then know makes it an even crazier situation that God had a specific time for this grain to survive for 1 day, 1 day, 1 day, 1 day, 1 day, and then it was 2 days, which is just kind of neat to think about. Maybe it's because there weren't any preservatives in that food. You know, went bad real quick. Or maybe it was because it was a miracle. Duh. Yes, it was a miracle. And it caused the Israelites to have to rely on God daily, just like we should rely on God daily. Whether we are in good spirits or bad spirits, whether we're in a good situation or a bad situation, we still have faith in God and trust in him in everything. And that we use this opportunity every day to share Jesus, to share God's message, to share his faith and share his love with everyone around us. And I hope you guys have learned to do that today, to rely on God every single day. Now get out of my house. I'm going to call a locksmith to get these locks fixed, because I don't want people busting in anymore. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's pretty fun to make. I'm going to try to keep doing more videos like this, kind of doing some Bible vocab words. So if you want to leave a comment about the different words that you might want to see what a sketch might look like in doing, that's fine. I'll see what I can do. It kind of has to be a vocab word that kind of fits with a story and a theme, kind of like Manna and the Israelites. But if you want, leave a comment below, and we'll try to work with what we got. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. This just kind of something I'm wanting to do to kind of get people to get back in their Bibles and hopefully kind of look at some stories in a different way, especially while a lot of us might be at home more often than we normally are. Utilize this as a Devo starting situation, or whatever it is you might want to be. So, thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned a little something. Hope you had a little bit of a laugh. Have a blessed day.